Now, if you sit and think about it, and you watch these slave movies, and then you watch these movies of the old ways of how prisons were ran, how they treated prisoners. And you can see it's all the same. It don't matter what they call them. Jailers. I mean, I can't think of them all. But I call them babysitters. Because that's what they do. They sit there and they babysit those that are in jail. And the police are out babysitting. They're sitters. They're babysitters. They're babysitting the public, like their children, making sure they're doing good for their daddies, the state. Because the daddy makes the rules. The daddy makes the laws, the regulations, the mandates. You can't do this. You can't. It don't matter what they call them. It's all runs to the same thing. You can't do this without our permission. Flat. That's your parent. And those cops are your slave sitters. The slave handlers of the past babysitted the slaves. And then there were certain slaves that would betray their own, just like in the old time of the jails before they came up with actual prisons. The handlers, the jailers, the babysitters would give one of the oldest ones, one of the ones that's better. You know, it don't matter. It could be with children. It could be with adults. They give one of them that's the oldest, one of them or that's the nicest and the best and that is really afraid. Even if you hand them a weapon they could use against you, but they only get one bullet. So they can't shoot everybody, so if they shoot someone, they end up dead. Well, with these, our slave sitters, they can shoot and murder us. They won't get in trouble. Well, their bosses, I'll say, that the government hired. Their bosses, those people hire us to betray and be a traitor to our own and help our masters who's sitting up there all rich and powerful. They're not powerful because without us, when you go down the shit, can't exist. Their sheriff, whatever, has no power. But guess what? That sheriff they hired was one of us. And became a traitor. They don't love the United States of America. They don't love the Declaration of Independence. And they definitely don't love the Constitution. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, that originally created, it was the Bill of Rights and the Articles to the Constitution. That's what it was. There was no sections, clauses, anything else in it to broaden what it says right there. Simple. Simple, stupid. So simple, a child could understand it. And that was created for the government, not for the United States of America. It was created for the protection of the city or the people of the United States of America. It wasn't we the people in it, but it was created to protect us from the government. And then eventually they created states when they were only called colonies. Those states were colony states, but they were called colonies. So, people need to learn how history really, happen. They told you all the people. Because people's got family trees. But they don't tell you every little thing that happened because all those people are dead that was there. That knew every little thing that happened. They're gone. You can't ask them. So all you got's this. And them. And that's all you got to believe. But when you look it all up, get all the information, all the names and everything they tell you, businesses, corporations, whatever, and tie it all together, you'll start getting what you need. And then you put in there, there's things I'm going to throw in that I'm trying to tie to everything we're talking about. And then it'll work in the means where when you throw something in there, just out of the blue, we'll see if it can tie it to anything else. And then grab out anything else that ties to that, maybe. But it won't grab everything. It don't search through everything. It just search for what you give it to search for. It searches for that. If anything just directly ties to it, I mean, it's right there with it. They'll put that there too because you didn't know about it. You didn't, get to hear, see, read it yet. And you get more info. You have to put in the info to get, the right info to get the right info you need. So you can get educated in the right way. Educated is not a bad word. Cops turn, oh, you're going to educate me? Oh, that's a bad word. Now I'm going to get violent and I'm going to use that to mug you of all your constitutional rights. You got no constitutional rights. I'm going to mug it all from you. That's what they do for my investigation, for officer safety and the safety of the public. Grouped up. You're the public. You're a citizen. You're not a human. You may think that in all of that, you're not seen as a human. None of it looks at you as a human. None of it. And I'll put it out there. Comment section. Or my post comments. Where I make my comments. Post things that I screenshot for you to read. But then, like I've said, don't read my stuff. Don't look at my posts. Don't watch my videos. You better stop. It might get you put on a list. There is a list. We're going to make sure we find all the bad people. We're going to put them on a list. There's a list. You got a list. Who all is bad in your family, old friends, other people you kind of gotten to know, and then all of a sudden, they're bad. You got a list. You got names. You don't go after them in that manner of a list. Everybody's got a list. The government shouldn't have a list. Unless it's concerning actual violent people. They shouldn't have a list of everybody. People just saying stuff and they're never going to do nothing. The majority never does anything. It's proven. Look at what we're going under. It's theater. Oh, it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to make the people think it's going to happen. You better do this and fall in line or else. And they all acting and okay, we'll fall in line. These stupid masses. They're not in here. They don't have their media in here. Everywhere we are, we can go to these secret places. We can do these secret things through Hollywood and these other places, other countries, whatever, in the deserts. And the people are so stupid, they'll just believe anything we tell them. Because they want somebody to look up to and learn from and to be ruled over. like a child. So, Big Brother, Daddy Government, and your daddy and mommy states, your wife beater, the husband. That's what all these people represent in title, label of reality. Their titles and labels that they made up is fairy tale. That's their utopia. Their utopia is to control you and me. And then get to sit there on their high horse and they have a bunch of us, a bunch of people out of us to betray us, make a lot of money, get all these freebies. You can shoot people, you won't get your guns taken, you won't go to jail. And you won't lose your job. You can rob from people, just an investigation. With our own. That's all retired and whatever, and then went into the justice system to help protect all the rest so they can still have cops. Without that, the cops wouldn't be able to do what they're doing, or they would not be able to exist. Two things that can happen if one thing happens. Everything comes in threes. One thing can happen that usually will create two things that could happen. Or one out of the other. But then something else comes out of that. So that's threes. 1, 2, 3. This world doesn't act the way you think in your little old world you live in, where you're just on seeing what's going on a little bit and you're on the surface. You're not seeing deeper. Down below. What's above, so below. Or as above, so below. What's above is below. There's stuff below. We're above, we're things, trees things, there's things down there, metals, all kinds of stuff, caves, water, all kinds of stuff. And the planet don't run out of clean water. The ground filters it out. There's rivers running, and the ground is filtering it out. The sand around, that's the filter. Filters all that out, soaks into the ground, and goes into the rivers, and it soaks into other parts that would just be like a lake, a bowl, deep, whatever, tube of in the ground, but it's just dirt, rock, whatever, sits there. We ain't gonna run out of fresh water. Unless they poison all the groundwater like they're trying to do. But we ain't going to rule. Eventually, self-destruction will destroy it all. If we don't get to keep our power, we'll just destroy it all. You all take care. Bye.